My name's Chris Gardner. I'm a farmer and contractor in Devon, covering the West Country. I'm currently also Vice Chair of the National Association of Agricultural Contractors, or NAAC. I'm hoping through this film I can offer some thoughts and tips on how to cut hedges sympathetically to benefit both the farmer and the environment. Contractors are uniquely placed to support the health and well-being of hedges due to our ability to invest in high-spec machines and our experience from cutting multiple hedges throughout the season. This means we're able to deliver the best outcome for both the hedges and for our customers. Of course, the customer brief is paramount, but we have a great opportunity as contractors. We're able to talk to them about the ideal cutting regime and how that might benefit the hedges and the greater farm environment. Rather than me just talking about it, the best way to demonstrate sympathetically cutting a hedge is to actually go and do some trimming. I became involved in this project when the UK Centre for Ecology and Hydrology surveyed the contractor community, along with farmers and other stakeholders, about the management of hedges in the UK. They've recognised that contractors are one of the main players in the upkeep of hedges on farm. The results of their survey show that some guidance on hedge management might be beneficial to all of those involved and contribute to the health of hedges on UK farms. No two hedges are the same. So it's really important we get out and have a good look, especially if it's a hedge we haven't cut before. So we're looking at the composition of the hedge. We're looking at obstacles and obstructions within the hedge and its environment that might affect us or the machine. We're looking at the ground conditions, anything that might affect travel. And we're looking for any active bird life or nests within the hedge. There's an opportunity here to consider the best shape for each individual hedge. I tend towards a vertical side with a sloped shoulder, the happy medium between a good boundary, a nice looking hedge, and also plenty of surface area for leaves and berries. So the main things to think about when cutting a hedge: we want to leave it in good condition. We want to satisfy the customer's requirements. It's a great advert for us as contractors, especially the roadside hedges, and we want to leave a good habitat. With all this in mind, I'm going to reduce the growth on this hedge through a series of passes, using incremental cutting in some cases, to limit any negative effect on the health of the hedge and reduce the risk of damage to my machine. I typically make the shoulder cut first, so I get a better view into the hedge and can see the historic cut points. From this, it makes it easier to determine the best height to aim for with the final top pass. Now I've made the shoulder cut, I'll start removing the bulk of the top material, leaving a good few inches for the final finishing pass. The amount of material will determine how many rough cuts are done. With the top and shoulder now finished, I'll run along the side of the hedge. Usually with this bigger machine it's a single pass, but with smaller machines with narrower heads this might require multiple passes. Particularly in multiple year growth, incremental cutting significantly reduces the risk of damage below the final cut point. The incremental cuts can obviously be made at a higher travel speed until the finishing pass. This means you won't significantly increase the time taken to cut the hedge, but the outcome's often much better, both for the environment and the final finish. If we cut sympathetically, we can encourage the growth of the hedge, helping it form a good internal structure with space for the songbirds to shelter from predators and create nests. This will also encourage a rich outer layer of foliage and fruit once the growth resumes. The hedge behind us is multi-year growth, which obviously has its limitations in terms of finish, but we've hopefully left a nicely cut hedge here which satisfies our customers' requirements. A well-cut hedge has benefits for everyone. It encourages positive environmental growth, and it helps with the overall image of the farm for the customer. Ultimately, I think all of us who work in agriculture want a thriving environment, alongside our primary role of producing high quality, high standard food to feed the nation. But it's a really tough time in the industry at the moment. Contractors and farmers don't feel as though they're being listened to, the voices are not being heard. This particular project has been really refreshing in that respect. Both UKCEH, the UK Centre for Ecology and Hydrology, and Natural England have really engaged with farmers and contractors. The webinar that started this for UKCEH to announce the results of their survey ended up being a lively talking shop between UKCEH, Natural England and contractors about the different ways we can all come together to benefit hedge health. For me, I think the big takeaway from this project is that our input is valued. So fill in those questionnaires, attend those webinars, and that way we can be true stakeholders. To find out more, get in touch with me via the NAC, or use these links to discover the work that UKCEH and Natural England are doing to help improve hedgerow health.